What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Dermy Wormy. Indiana Jones 5. Movie nobody asked for. A movie nobody wanted. And yet we're still getting it. God. Yeah, real quick side note. I was talking to my father the other day, and he didn't even know this movie was coming out. And the first thing he asked was, is Harrison Ford in it? And I said, yep. And he goes like, God dang it, he's too old. His exact words, he's too old. And the second thing he said, the fourth one was a disaster. Why are they doing it again? Now, my father's a normie. Love the man. He's a normie dude. He'll turn on things like Halo just to have something playing. He's watched all Star Kurtzman Trek, all of the bad stuff, just so he has something to listen to. Love you, Dad, if you watch this. Anyways, we're talking Indiana Jones, though. And I did that whole normie thing for a reason. Because my father's a normie. And I 100% think normies are going to be turned off by this movie. So much so that we're having new projections come out. Indiana Jones 5 box office projections are down from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, I like to point this out to a lot of people. You are only as good as your last movie. Now, sometimes your last movie was a disaster and your current movie is a success. I would have to point to Suicide Squad. First one, director's cut actually was pretty darn good. But the second one was much better. But then also you have the box office performances. Granted, this was COVID time, and it wasn't pretty. You then turn around and look at Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Afterlife, I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was a fun movie. I thought it was a fun flick, and I thought it was a decent send-off, even with all the drama around it all. Made less than Ghostbusters 2016. You are only ever as good as your last movie. I firmly believe this. Your last movie will shape your current movie. So now, hearing Indiana Jones 5 and the Dial of Destiny, awful name by the way, the fifth movie in the action-adventure franchise, there's only 3, this is some fanfic garbage, is projected to earn $60 million in its domestic opening. This is down from the $100 million opening 3-day weekend of Crystal Skull. Now, we're going to come back to that because, did some maths. My head hurts. My head hurts a lot after doing a lot of maths. We could watch the smoke billow out of my ears. That's how bad it was. But, yeah, it's when you adjust it for inflation. You know what? We'll do it right now. I think it's this one. Yes. When you adjust it for inflation, it's actually down about an extra $1,100. But I mean, this is inflation. And again, we also have to take note, the movie's still not coming out for another 22 days. About 21 days, because this comes out tomorrow, Friday the 9th. But back to this. The film, directed by James Mangold, here you go, screw yourself, Logan, Ford versus Ferrari. Well, yeah, you have some good, hey, you're only as good as your last movies. Those last movies were pretty darn good. Yeah, but you also got this under your belt, so there's questions here. It's set to be the franchise finale. Ugh, it's not. It's some fanfic garbage. It's tracked stronger with older male audiences than younger ones. I have a theory. It's because the older male audience is blind and deaf. That's my theory. That's 100% my theory, especially because what they say next, leading to compare the Indiana Jones 5 box office projections to No Time to Die. That film was Daniel Craig's swan song as James Bond and earned $55.2 million in its opening weekend, primarily from the same demographic. You really want to compare yourself to you people really want to compare this to No Time to Die. Okay, let's remember what happened in No Time to Die. The James Bond, the man who would do anything for Queen, now King, and country. Couldn't be with his wife and daughter, so he offed himself. He could have walked a handful of feet to the right or left. Can't remember off the top of my head. And he would have survived. But this, no. Okay, it's fine. We're going to compare Indiana Jones 5 box office to No Time to Die box office. No Time to Die was a flop, by the way. Hiding behind COVID. Oh, shut up. 50, yeah, whatever. Disney may have trouble getting the box office numbers they need. Younger audiences will likely gravitate towards superhero movies like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which by this time will probably be, not going to say it's dead, but probably won't be growing as much. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse came out last weekend. This is it. We're going into its second weekend. I'm expecting it to have a really good weekend and a nice hold. But on top of that, they are going to try to argue The Flash. The Flash, you know what? Let's take a look at this real quick. And we're going to clear that up. We're going to do this. Flash comes out next week on the 16th, right? Am I right on that? I could be wrong. It could be on the 23rd. I don't think The Flash is actually going to eat into this that much. Oh, you know what? I should take that back. I take that back. It might. It depends on when it comes out. I can't remember off the top of my head. But The Flash will definitely destroy this movie. I don't think you should actually be saying, well, the younger audience is going to be going here. I think the older audience is going to be going to see Flash, especially with Michael Keaton. I don't want to see The Flash at all. I'm going to go see it. Not looking forward to it, but I'm going to go see it. Worst, Dial of Destiny sits at 50% rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes after its Cannes debut. This marks the weakest critical reception for the series yet, and that's right. It's sitting at 54 right now. But remember what happened at the Cannes Film Festival? It came out to basically mediocre comments. People didn't like it. They were talking during the movie. For crying out loud, this movie's set to be a disaster. And this isn't the only thing that's set to be a disaster. And I already brought up, like, hey, this is the Monday for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Okay? Had relatively decent hold. Awful movie. I think it did make some money. I think in the long run. And its opening weekend, when you adjust it for inflation, was about $1,776 million. Give or take when you adjust it for the inflation. But also, if you come over here to, let's do this. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Adjusted, when it came out, this is 89 money. Opening weekend, $46 million. Adjusted for inflation, $114 million opening weekend. Why am I pointing this out to you? Because, granted, I had to adjust for inflation, but everything shows that this movie is going to flop hard. Budget is rumored to be massive. This movie needs to make a buttload of money. And yet, it can't, it's opening projections. Now, again, this is opening projections. These might change. Opening projections, $60 million domestically. How does the international market fare? I don't know. You know what? I should have looked at this. Let's go Kingdom of the Crystal Skull International. Not very good, it looks like. I don't know. I don't know how this movie's going to do. I really don't. I think this movie's going to flop, though. That's where I'm leaning towards. I could be dead wrong, but I 100% think this is going to flop. Well, I can't say that. I'm about 95% sure it's going to flop. I could be extremely wrong, though. But when you also look at this is a Disney disaster waiting to happen. Just a downright destruction of Disney this summer. Remember, we have The Little Mermaid that's still going on. That ain't gonna do well this weekend. No doubt in my mind, it's gonna do well. I 100% think this movie is a flop, without a shadow of a doubt. But what's after this? What's coming up before Indiana Jones, but after The Little Mermaid? Well, we got Elementals, which is projected to be $40 million opening weekend. The third lowest opening, I'm going to say the second, both from the same guy from Pixar, because I'm saying second because I don't count Onward because that came out the week before COVID. Okay. So there's that. We're looking at a monumental disaster for Disney, from The Little Mermaid to Elementals to wrapping it all back around to Indiana Jones 5. I can't wait to revel in this disaster. Now, it's not going to end Disney, but it's going to be funny to watch. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. Check me out later tonight on Ballbusters. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out, friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.